You're listening to the Broadway Podcast Network.
Hi, everyone. This is Tommy, and you're listening to my exit interview with Jared Fields on Real Talk. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to talk to you. You played hard. So you're a very polarizing character. It's very exciting. It's all good. I want to start off by asking you, what is your most proud accomplishment from the experience?
One, just being able to win a competition on Big Brother and say, hey, I was HOH. I know what that is. Being able to wear the veto. I technically didn't win the veto, but being able to leave with that veto in my hand. And three, ultimately, just hearing my mom tell me that she was proud of my game. She's a legend in my eyes, regardless of anything that happens. And she's my GOAT, and to hear her say, hey, you played a good game. You really helped me in this game. It can't get any better than that.
That's so nice that you had that experience with your mother. And yes, she's a legend. We're big fans of her here. So it must have been so surreal. All right. So you were involved in a lot of controversy, and we've seen you discuss it on the other interviews. I'm not trying to dive into that, but what I do want to do, we've seen you apologize, but what I do want to know is there a plan of action how you can learn and grow from this experience? Because, words are one thing, but I'm more interested in how this is a social experiment, and I want to know how we can learn and grow from this.
Yeah,
what do you think?
For sure. I think every day I got to continue to learn. Once again, I'm very apologetic. And like you said, I can reiterate that all day, and people were just going to be like, hey, that's just words. We want to see something happen. And, if I'm ever granted another opportunity to be in front of the public eye, for sure, I'll definitely be making sure that I make those strides to showing people, and not just telling people what I want to do, but showing people who I really am. At the end of the day, I'm a human. I understand that I made mistakes, and I understand that it offended a lot of people, and that, it's going to take a while to get back from those kind of things. And just wherever I can prove it in action, I'm definitely willing to and open to doing so. And there's definitely things that I know are very much more specific as far as to what action I will be taking. But I think I just want to show people more than just keep telling people how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, you did just get out of the house, so it's okay if you don't know the answer to that question yet. Yeah. Okay. So do you think that the backlash that you're getting is warranted, or do you think that in some cases you're being misunderstood?
No, I think it's warranted to a degree. You know what I mean? Obviously, for a lot of the people, they don't know who I am in everyday life, but they got to watch me, and I gave everybody the tools essentially to make that judgment. And one thing I told myself going into this house is there's no such thing as a bad edit. There's no such thing as a wrong opinion in this case, because at the end of the day, you give people what they see, and they're just gonna make out they're gonna make out of it what you give them. And I'm just like, I got to own that. And I got to understand that it's not like people are just saying these things and I've never said it. I've made some mistakes for sure. And, I want people to understand that they're validated in feeling how they feel. And I understand that it's my job to make those people feel different. And I got to work on that every day. And whether they do or whether they're not, it's completely up to their discretion if they want to or not. But like I said, they're validated in feeling the way they feel because I gave them those reasons.
Have you gone back and watched the episodes or clips yet? Have you had time to do that? Do you plan on doing it?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely keyed in on a couple of things that, that sparked some controversy on the outside of the house. And was just like, even for myself, some of it was just like, damn, kid, what the hell was you even thinking when you said that? One of those things where you kind of want to like slap yourself upside the head and just be like, get it together. You know what I mean? And so that's why I said, if I can see that for myself, I could definitely see why other people feel that way. And I do feel like everybody's worth redemption. I do feel like everybody can be brought back. And I feel like, some people want to, just kind of see me crawl into a hole and just forget about who I really am as a person. But I won't allow myself to do that. And as much as they hate to see me, I got to get back out there and let them know, like, hey, this is who I really am. I love y'all. If y'all want to love me, let's do it. Even if y'all don't love me, I'll continue to try to work towards making y'all do so.
That's great. Okay, so I watched Mike Bloom's interview with Parade, and in response to the controversy, you said that you come from a single mom, single dad, 11 siblings, and that some of the values that were instilled in you, you wanted to get away from.
For sure.
My question, I just want could you elaborate on that and talk about how it affected your game?
Yeah. As far as my game, my game was just strictly gameplay for me. Like, as far as decisions that I made as that got me evicted or that caused the blow up, and that part for me is just strictly gameplay. And I take that criticism with what it's worth, but I also understand that that's just me playing the game. But more is just on my values and my personal outside of the game. Yeah, it's definitely things that I want to improve on. At the end of the day, I'm seen as, I'm hearing people say that I'm this misogynist. And obviously, like I said, again, I gave people those reasons to feel like that, but that's not who I am. I grew up with a single mom. I have nothing but the utmost respect for women in my life and women outside of my life. I feel like I'm a protector of women. I try to be that person at all times. And once again, I made a few mistakes, and I'm human, and I got to get better from those things, and I got to adapt and adjust and understand that, hey, what you said was wrong. It offended some people, and you got to make it better, kid. And that's where I'm at now in life, is just trying to improve those things. But there are a lot of values that I got growing up instilled in me that is just like, now that I'm 25, and still, like I say, when you're 25, you think you know it all, but it's so much more to go. But you think, like, you look back on it and you're like, hey, that's not right. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense. Just because dad did it don't mean that that's what you do. And you got to figure that out, and you got to make sure that you're different. And if you disapprove of it, then make sure you definitely do different, because I can't just follow in those same footsteps as I'm disapproving of and expect different. So
that's great. Thank you, Jared. I have one question, one last question, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Have you reached out to any of the other evicted house guests? And if so, how did those conversations go?
So the only other person that I personally reached out to is Riley and Izzy. Everybody know I was going to talk to my sis. That's my sis regardless. And, we're able to put gameplay aside and just be like, hey, how you doing? You doing good? And she was really supportive of all the backlash that I was getting, and just letting me know, like, hey, this is what comes with it. Yes, you made some mistakes. Yes, I know that you're a better person than that, but you got to take accountability for it and roll with the punches. And it's been really good just being able to hear that from somebody who actually cares about me, who actually knows me as a person, who was there day by day with me in that house. So it's going to be a lot more conversations with Izzy. I'm sure people are going to be excited to see us together for the first time. Probably going to be breaking headlines when we finally come out with our first conversation, and I'll make sure to make it as spicy as possible.
You got to come hang out in New York, because she's here right now too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I'll be out there, if not this week, sometime this weekend for sure.
Good. Well, listen, if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here for you, and congratulations. You played hard. It's great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and thank you for allowing me on your platform.
Thank you. Thank you so much.